In my story about veterans, you will find many. A veteran was standing on a ladder. This is one of the multiple stories you're going to hear tonight. Staring at a cathedral of thousands of angry hornets, knowing that if he fell, he could not afford the hospital bill. He got stung 14 times that day, but he didn't do it because he's crazy. He did it because of a retired sergeant major living next door. Now, this is a fictional story, but I think you get the point. The sergeant major was forced to choose between a carton of eggs and a heart medication, and that part of it is real. Many veterans are choosing between eating and the medication, and therefore this story is fictional in order to bring that point of view. But by the end of this video, I'm going to show you how the following stories and the one single click that you are likely to give us is putting food on the tables of our nation's hero. Let's get started and play some of the videos.
In the Corps, Major General Rupertus gave us the Rifleman's Creed to remind us that our gear was an extension of our soul. But for the transition, we need a new foundational text. Let's call this the DIY Creed. I spent 12 years in the infantry. I've survived IEDs, mountainside firefights, and the kind of high-stakes pressure that makes your bones ache. But nothing, absolutely nothing, prepared me for the silence of a kitchen with no food in it. I remember sitting in my driveway 3 months ago, watching my neighbor, a retired sergeant major with 2 Purple Hearts, unloading his groceries. He only had 2 bags. One was a pack of generic ramen, and the other was a single carton of eggs. He caught me looking, and for the first time in a decade, I saw a man who had faced down an army look ashamed. That was my normal. A world where heroes were being defeated by inflation and a broken supply chain. I felt.
Now, you'll see in some of this video that many of the hardest battle that a soldier face does not happen in uniform. The transition from the word of we to a word of me, some of us are getting lost. And hopefully this story highlight the point that we are making.
Powerless. I was just another vet with a back injury and a smartphone. I thought my days of serving a mission were over. Then came the Queen Mother. It started with a low, vibrating hum coming from the eaves of my porch. I looked up and saw it. A wasp nest the size of a beach ball. It was a swirling, angry mass of yellow jackets, nature's most aggressive infantry. Normally, a sane person would call an exterminator and pay $500. But I didn't have $500. I had a GoPro, a can of hardware store bug spray, and a ladder that had seen better days. I climbed that ladder with no suit, just.
And now, so this is an example, and again, a fictional example of how facing down nature's aggressive infantrymen, which are the hornets that you're about to see, with nothing but a GoPro and a bug sprays. Would he be successful, or would he get injured, as was stated earlier? Let's see what happened.
Just a heavy Carhartt jacket and a prayer. The moment the spray hit the nest, the world turned into a blizzard of stings and chaos. It was visceral. It was terrifying. I fell off that ladder twice. I got stung 14 times. But when I uploaded that footage to YouTube, something strange happened. The algorithm didn't just like it, it loved it. As the views climbed into the millions, the ad revenue started rolling in. At first, it felt like blood money. I was looking at a dashboard showing me thousands of dollars because people enjoyed watching me get hurt. Meanwhile, the hunger in my community wasn't going away. I'd walk into the local VFW and hear the same stories. guys skipping meals so their kids could eat. Then, it hit me. A moral paradox that changed everything. I was looking at the 2026 YouTube Partner Program rates. Because my videos were high stakes, high tension, and visceral, my CPM was through the roof. I realized that the chaos wasn't the problem. It was the fuel. If people wanted to watch a nightmare, I would give them the best nightmare on the internet. But there was a catch. I wouldn't keep a single cent. I had been looking at the wasps as pests and at the videos as a joke. But in that moment, I saw them as a resource. Every sting I took had a literal price tag. I launched Operation Full Plate. I tracked down a nest in an abandoned barn that was legendary in my county. They called it the Wasp Cathedral. It was 6 feet long, home to an estimated 30,000 hornets. It was the final boss of removals. The removal was a war zone. I didn't just film it. I narrated the CPM math as it happened. This sting right here, that's a bag of potatoes. This swarm, that's a pallet of protein. The video exploded. It didn't just hit 3 million, it hit 10 million. The monetization of chaos was real. I'm no longer the guy feeling powerless in his driveway. I'm the guy who turns wasp attack chaos into veteran nutrition. I found my strength again, not in the desert, but in the backyard. We've proven that even nature's most terrifying insects can fuel a mission of life-changing philanthropy. But the mission isn't over. Subscribe right now to join the ranks. Every person who joins this channel increases our reach and directly helps us feed our brothers and sisters who served. Now, I want to hear from you. What is the craziest, most questionable thing you would endure if you knew it would help a brother in need? Drop your stories in the comments below. Did you know that a simple...
Okay, so in this video that we just watched, this veteran realized the monetization of chaos was something real, something that he could do. The filming, he says, visceral, terrifying removal of Wasp Cathedral. Now, that specific clip is fictional, right? But the concept is the same. What we are trying to do, we are trying to use your support. We're trying to use stories on how you can resource just about anything and turn those views into a literal bag of potatoes and protein for the veterans. That's what we are doing with this channel. And for those people that are choosing between food and gas, food and medicine, we're hoping to provide some of the food to avoid some of the food insecurity out there. Let's continue with our program.
handshake could be the difference between a veteran eating tonight or going hungry? It sounds like an exaggeration, doesn't it? In a world of high-speed fiber optics and instant connectivity, it's hard to imagine that the men and women who once stood guard for the world are now starving in the shadows. But in 2026, we are facing a modern paradox. While thousands of our heroes are digitally connected, they are physically isolated and socially invisible. We've seen the statistics, we've heard the slogans, but today, we're looking at a disruptive truth. Recognition isn't just a thank you for your service. Recognition is a life-saving resource. While silent isolation is the enemy, we are deploying a new weapon. We are using cutting-edge AI to find those who refuse to ask for help before it's too late. We are turning digital stories into real-world meals, because the mission didn't end when they hung up the uniform. And neither did ours. The battlefield has shifted. It's no longer found in the mountains of Afghanistan or the sands of Iraq. It's found in the apartment. It's found quiet corners of rural America. This is the invisible front line. In 2026, we live in an era of hyper-connectivity. You can reach anyone, anywhere, at any time.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the point that we are kind of making. I think by and large, our veterans have a lot of connections sometimes, but there are some that get disconnected from the tribe, if you want to put it that way. And that's what we are looking for. We are looking to have resources in the form of food for those that are have been disconnected or need a little bit of assistance to get to the rough spot, right? So not every veterans need this kind of resource. As a matter of fact, most of them probably do not. So there are some that do need it, and we want to have them available for them. So continue your support, subscribe to the channel.
Yet, for many veterans, this digital noise only amplifies their silence. When a warrior transitions from a world of we to a world of me, something breaks. In the service, your identity is forged in the fire of the collective. You have a rank, a MOS, a purpose. But when that uniform comes off, the spiral begins. It starts with the feeling that your story no longer matters. You stop going to the VFW. You stop calling your old squad mates. You feel like a ghost in a society that's moving too fast to notice you. This mental isolation isn't just loneliness. It's a physiological hazard. When the mind believes it has no tribe, the body loses the will to sustain itself. This is where the spiral leads to empty cupboards and missed meals.
And what we're trying to form here is a digital tribe, a digital platoon, a digital company where we kind of come together and get food resources available to support those that may need it. So continue on.
The first step to a meal isn't a food stamp application. It's being seen. It's being heard. It's the community they once protected finally looking back at them and saying, "We know you're there." The Marine Corps taught us the power of a creed. The Rifleman's Creed taught us that our equipment is an extension of our soul. The NCO Creed taught us that we are the backbone of the nation. Today, we need a new creed for the civilian front. A creed for those of us who refuse to let our brothers and sisters starve in silence. If we are to bridge the gap between isolation and community, we must adopt the Watchman's Creed. The Watchman's Creed. This is my brother. There are many like him, but this one is mine. My brother is my life. I must master my awareness of him as I must master my life. Without me, my brother is hungry. Without my brother, my purpose is useless. I will fire my recognition into the darkness of isolation. I will hit the mark of his silence before it turns into despair. My AI, my stories, and my voice are the tools I use to bring him home. We will keep him fed. We will keep him seen. We will keep him alive. We are the backbone of the after action. We are semper fidelis, always faithful, not just in the trench, but at the table. This isn't just poetry. This is a standard of conduct. Just as a Marine Raider is a quiet professional, we must be vocal professionals for those who can no longer find their voice. Spiritus Invictus, the unconquerable spirit, doesn't just apply to combat. It applies to the resilience of a community that refuses to leave its wounded behind on the home front. So, how do we actually do it? How do we find a veteran who has retreated so far into the shadows that they've disappeared from the system? We leverage the very thing that often isolates us: technology. We are using AI-driven outreach and predictive storytelling to identify the quiet professionals who are struggling. Our systems analyze digital engagement patterns, not to intrude, but to find the signals in the noise. When a veteran stops engaging, when the digital footprint of a hero starts to fade, our AI flags it. We don't just send an email. We trigger a real-world response. We take the engagement from these videos, the likes, the shares, the stories you tell in the comments, and we transform that digital energy into physical resources.
So we work with multiple organizations that help us meet this challenge, right? We have food storage locations, you want to call it that. We have a food distribution network that we work with, and a major food network that help us gather the resources based upon the food that we acquire for the veterans. So it's not just one person shouting into the dark. It's not just one person shouting into the wind and not getting nothing accomplished. So become one more person that joins the digital platoon.
Sources. We partner with local grassroots organizations to deliver real-world meals. But it's more than just a box of food. It's a tactical wellness check. When a meal is delivered, it comes with a handshake. It comes with an acknowledgement of their story. We are using the most advanced technology of 2026 to facilitate the oldest human tradition, sharing a meal with a warrior. We are proving that a story told online can put bread on a table in the real world. We are turning "thank you for your service" into "here is your dinner and we are glad you're here." Hunger is a symptom. Isolation is the disease. And you are the cure. Every time you engage with this community, you are helping our AI reach further. You are helping us identify another invisible front line. You are helping.
And the way that's basically done is, as you watch our video, obviously we want you to subscribe, but it's very important that you leave us comments in relation to your stories, your ideas, and your perception of the video that you just watched, or what you just heard. That's the digital signal that we are looking for to do that.
Us ensure that Semper Fidelis isn't just a motto on a bumper sticker, but a promise kept in a kitchen. We have a mission for you. First, subscribe to this channel. Every new member of this digital platoon increases our reach and helps us fund the meals we deliver to veterans in need. Your subscription is a vote for a veteran's survival. Second, I want you to answer this question in the comments below. What is one story of a veteran you know, or a lesson you learned in the service, that the world needs to hear today? By sharing your story, you aren't just commenting, you're providing the data points of AI uses to find others. You're proving to the veterans sitting alone tonight that their legacy is still alive. They stood guard for us. Now it's our turn to stand guard for them. I'm your name, channel name. Stay vigilant, stay faithful, and let's bring them back to the table.
So, the RamosWriter is the name of the channel, as you see right here. And you could just search for it and should be able to find us at RamosWriter in YouTube and should be able to subscribe to that, or just click on the subscribe button on the actual video. Your support is truly appreciated.
The hardest battles don't always happen.
So this is another video that talks about specifically the not-for-profit organization that we support. At least one, the main one, the one that does the video and the creation of digital connecting videos, if you will, that we share. So let's listen up.
This holiday season, I am on a mission to make sure veterans and their families don't go hungry one meal at a time. At RamosWriter, we turn YouTube into practical philanthropy. Meals for veterans, free AI and cybersecurity master training, and storytelling.
So in addition to the RamosWriter channel, we do have masterclass on cybersecurity. Periodically, we just had one recently. So stand by. We haven't scheduled. They're not set in a day because we work with an external partner that comes in and actually does the cybersecurity information. So look for that. You can search for that on my channel.
Gives veterans a voice. Your subscription helps fund real meals for vets, kids, and families, especially when it matters most. We also train to improve veterans' future no experience, no problem. Free masterclass about AI, cybersecurity, and creative skills to close the gap. You don't need a uniform to serve. Subscribe, support, share. Every click moves the mission forward. Welcome to RamosWriter, empowering.
And this information that the cybersecurity classes are free is totally true. We do not charge for them. We do provide them in our channel. It's done by a separate company that are expert on the cybersecurity. And you will see that I'm going to try to reframe some of those master video into a larger topic, if you will, for you guys to have it available as you need to.
Veterans through service and storytelling.
So this is an interesting situation. This is
Did you know that a simple handshake could be the difference between a veteran?
sort of like a one of the earliest population video that we try to do, that sort of try to capture the information on a way that we could reframe it and sort of critique it and improve it. So you'll be able to see that here. There have been some changes to the background music and things of that nature, even as early as today. So there will be some things that I need to talk through you to it.
Veteran eating tonight or going hungry? It sounds like an exaggeration, doesn't it? In a world of...
This will be an excellent video. I'm about to release it tonight. It should be available tomorrow for you guys to look at it.
Of high-speed fiber optics and...
You can tell some of the audio is kind of off. I'm not sure if that's because we had to change some of the background music or not. But in reality, that's potentially what could happen. You know, sometimes you create a video and then you get a message from YouTube saying, hey, you have to change the music for whatever reason. And today, I asked to delete the music. So it looks like along with the deletion of the music, all you're going to get basically is the running information on the bottom of the page, telling you what the audio should have been. So that's okay. The video is available separately on the channel if you want to go ahead and look at it. And what I could try to do basically is move forward from that, because this is a long video and I'm surprised that it doesn't have any sound. I had to take the music, background music off because of exactly what happened. I mean, this is a good point though, that we need to kind of understand when you're working with digital assets. Copyright is kind of something that impacts your monetization. And one of the messages that we receive is that basically, hey, you need to take a look at the video because it's impacting monetization. And basically what happened was that, hey, the music is basically not not helping what you were doing. So let me see something here. Let me see if the music got deleted. Let me stop my music for a second. See, the music that you're hearing is the music associated with the transmission of this video, right? Now, in the lower right quadrant is basically the information that you basically are looking at. And what you were doing right here is basically... What do you think that it should be? I mean, if you have a comment about that, send it to us. We'd like to know.
A creed for those...
So you can see in this one, and I wanted to show this one. I kind of left it the way that it is. One is because I wasn't sure what was going to happen. That you kind of just saw the video, so we kind of did it backwards. We saw the video first, and this is sort of like the commentary on the video. But here, what is happening is that you are looking at the commentary, but basically what happened is the sound is not coming through. So you're only looking at the actual voice, the actual writing, and some of the B-roll. This is what you're looking at going through the screen right now, B-roll. So you have B-roll and you have the comment, you have the thumbnail, not thumbnail, but the comments here. What is it called? Let me double check here. But it is, this is sort of like the video that you just saw without any, without any voice, or just looking inside the caption and the background music, which it can be in itself okay, but as you know, that's not the way that we wanted to present the video. But the important part that you need to learn is that, sometimes you have to go through failures, right? On when you're creating something, and basically what happens is you learn from that. So we learned from this video. We're using a different system altogether right now. That's why you see all around, and you see my camera on the upper right. You see the thumbnail right next to it on the right side. Right below is the video that we're looking at with the caption on the bottom. And on the left, it's just a B-roll that we kind of run with the video. That way we always have movement. That way whoever's watching the video can always, every 10 seconds, new. Although it's in a loop, so it kind of repeats itself. But the key is, when you're creating a video, you want to have basically movement, right? You want to have pattern changes every 10 seconds or so. Don't let it go for any longer than 15 seconds, because otherwise what will happen is that you will tend to lose the audio, and you see the situation, whereas instead of continuing to have new views and recurrent views, that will begin to decline. And then the original video that's associated with this, however we have that, we have to make some more changes. And perhaps, just because I deleted the background music, I have to go back and I add the background music. At least you get the video, you get the commentary, and you get the lettering right here. You get the caption, right? So that's the story. Let's look at the next video and see how things are going to get better.
Table. Computer. There are many like it, but this one is mine and I will protect it. The psychological warfare of the parade deck was your beta test for the digital frontier.
So if you see here, I started using something called restreaming. And this is one of the earliest videos that we did, whereas we had still getting the markings. That was before we subscribed. And all you got was not even my picture yet, but you got a portion of that. So let's see what we got here.
We're translating tactical grit into high-stakes threat hunting, reforging battlefield instincts into technical mastery. Our creed: secure the network, feed a veteran. So, what military job makes the best hacker? While many roles build the right mindset, the most direct path is a job like the Army S Cyber Operations Specialist or the Air Force S Cyber Systems Operations. These roles are the military's front line in the digital war. Subscribe to help us provide meals for those who serve.
In the military, good enough was a one-way ticket to a safety stand down. We were forged in a world of zero-defect mentalities. Your kit was squared away, your timing was down to the second, and a single mistake, that could be fatal. But now, you're in a civilian living room, staring at a simple flat-pack cabinet that's leaning like the Tower of Pisa, and for some reason, your heart rate is hitting 140. Why are we treating a
So here, right, they asked the right question. Why does a simple flat pack cabinet from IKEA makes a combat veteran heart rate spike to 140? Let's listen to this video and let's see what we call the precision trap.
stripped screw like a security breach. Today, we're talking about the precision trap. We're going to look at why laughing at the absolute chaos of a DIY disaster isn't just funny, it's the most important tactical transition strategy you've ever deployed. Whether you lived by the NCO Creed or the Marine Raiders Spiritus Invictus, you were trained to be the backbone. You were a quiet professional. Failure wasn't an option, it was a character flaw. When you transition, that mission-first software is still running in your brain. So when you try to fix a leaky sink or build a deck and it goes sideways, you don't just feel frustrated, you feel compromised. You feel like you've lost your edge. Take a look at this viral clip from 2026. This guy, clearly a vet by the haircut and the grunt-style tee, is trying to install a smart ceiling fan. He's got the multimeter out. He's treating it like a bomb disposal mission. And then, the whole unit falls, takes out the drywall, and he just stands there in the dust. That silence, that's the isolation of the precision trap. We think if we aren't perfect, we don't belong here. But the truth? The civilian world is built on some assembly-required chaos. To break the cycle, we need to reframe the mission. In the Corps, Major General Rupertus gave us the Rifleman's Creed to remind us that our gear was an extension of our soul. But for the transition, we need a new foundational text. Let's call this the DIY Creed. This is my Allen wrench. There are many like it, but this one is currently missing. My flat-pack furniture is my enemy. It is my weekend. I must master it as I must master my frustration. Without me, my bookshelf is a pile of sawdust. Without my bookshelf, I am still a professional. I will learn to laugh at my scorched kitchen. I will embrace the crooked shelf. We will keep our spirit unconquerable, even when the instructions are in Swedish. Semper DIY. Laughing at these fails isn't about lowering your standards. It's about lowering the stakes.
I'm quite sure many of us have tried to put together a bed, have tried to put together a cabinet, or something from for the house, right? And we have missing parts or extra parts. So I think this is a lesson that I thought it was important that we tell the story, because it happens not only to veterans, it happens to everyone.
When we share the absurdity of our civilian missions failing, we dismantle the pressure of perfection. We realize that a collapsed table isn't a reflection of our worth. It's just a funny story to tell the brothers and sisters who actually get it. By trading that life or death pressure for a bit of shared humor, we move from isolation back into a mission-focused community. We aren't just building furniture, we're rebuilding our lives, one crooked nail at a time. If you're tired of the zero-defect stress and ready to join a community that finds the mission in the mess, hit that subscribe button. Every sub helps us grow our reach and fuels our mission to feed hungry veteran families across the country.
So just to complete the precision trap, it is called a precision trap, as you heard here. I know that we were forged, we were made to have a zero defect when we did our job in the military. But where one mistake was fatal, that was the military. In the civilian world, they feel compromises and they are able to negotiate. And so one single stripped screw is not the end of the mission. We can always get another one. We can always buy something similar that we can use. So the solution is a DIY creed, right? Learning to laugh at the chaos of a collapsed table to move from isolation back into the mission-focused community. Let's continue on.
Stay sharp, stay humble, and for God's sake, watch your thumbs. We'll see you in the next one. If you're tired of the zero-defect stress and ready to join a community that finds the mission in the mess, hit that subscribe button. Every sub helps us grow our reach and fuels our mission to feed hungry veteran families across the country. The big question: what's the one DIY project that absolutely defeated you? And how many tactical curse words did you use before you gave up? Let us know in the comments. Let's embrace the chaos together. Stay sharp, stay humble, and for God's sake, watch your thumbs. We'll see you in the next one.
And we shall. Next one's coming right up.
This video shows a recruit failing a uniform inspection and shocking his drill sergeant, a retired Navy SEAL stopping an armed robber, disabled veterans losing retirement pay due to a benefits offset, a struggling veteran forced to choose between food or gas, a community surprising a Marine with a $60,000 home makeover, a soldier protecting a woman from an escaped chimpanzee, the message that warriors remain warriors after service, and a lost veteran finding purpose by rescuing a stray dog.
Ever wonder why drill sergeants?
So this is a compilation of many different stories that we kind of capture throughout the preparation of this video and preparation of the digital output for this channel. So hopefully you will enjoy these.
Lose their minds? This right here is the reason. We've all seen that new recruit energy, but showing up to formation with your gear on backward is a whole new level of boot. It's that instant panic when you realize your plates are on the wrong side. We call that a tactical wardrobe malfunction. What's the most embarrassing uniform mistake you saw? Subscribe to help us feed our veterans. Did you stay to the end? What is the answer to 25 minus 5? Drop your best boot stories or comments below. Retired SEAL Henry thought the war was behind him, but some battles follow you home. He was just looking for peace, feeling like a ghost of the warrior he once was. Suddenly, a hooded shadow grabs the cashier. For a heartbeat, Henry hesitates. Does he still have it in him? Then the training takes over. He realizes a protector never truly retires. With skillful precision, he disarms the threat before the robber can even blink. The warrior is back. Subscribe to help us feed our veterans. What would you do if you were in his shoes? Imagine losing a limb in combat, only to be taxed for your sacrifice. Currently, 50,000 wounded veterans are forced to surrender their earned retirement pay just to receive disability benefits. It's an unjust offset that punishes our heroes for their injuries. We re-fighting to pass the Major Richard Starr Act and end this wounded veteran tax forever.
You should look at an update that we did. There has been some changes, some new regulation that actually changed this act. It is here to show you the evolution of some laws that could impact soldiers, and as you see, there have been a lot of changes on that recently. So, like I said, this act was amended or repealed. So, looking for an update on my channel.
Should a combat injury cost a hero their pension? Subscribe to help us feed our veterans and join the mission.
I served 12 years. Tonight I have $20. Food. Or gas. Too many veterans face this. Support veteran food relief.
So you might think that this is how it works, rather that doesn't really happen. But you know, I was a soldier, like real, like beginning of that, and the pay that we get is barely, you know, minimum. If you're single, not a problem. But if you have a family and you're a young soldier, you'll find out that the money doesn't go as far, especially if you have kids. Now, the older veterans have a different problem. They're no longer employable, and they might get a Social Security check, and they may or may not get a pension, and that may not be enough to support their needs depending on where they live in the country.
Veterans shouldn't have to choose. Subscribe to learn how you can help.
After decades of sacrifice, Master Sergeant John Bachman expected to return to a broken, empty house. He asked his brother-in-arms to watch the property, but the community had other plans. While he served abroad, they secretly poured $60,000 in months of sweat into a total renovation. When John stepped inside, the battle-hardened Marine finally broke down. "I don't deserve this," he whispered. He realized he wasn't just a soldier, he was home. Subscribe to help us feed our veterans. If you could surprise a veteran, what would you give them?
We veterans trade the battlefield for the backyard. thinking we're finally safe. But when a split-second mistake turns a casual day into a nightmare, the old instincts don't just wake up, they take command. In that chaos, he realized his duty wasn't a uniform he took off. It was the core of who he is. His actions saved the day. While others froze, he acted. He made loud noises. His dog barked loudly and chased the bear away. Everyone was safe. Was there a moment your training saved the day? Subscribe to help us feed our veterans. Most vets spend years waiting for a signal that's never coming. After I hung up the uniform, I felt like a stray in a world I didn't recognize. Then I realized life doesn't assign you a territory, you claim it. Stop howling for the past and start broadcasting the frequency of a predator. You are the alpha of your own future. Subscribe to help us feed our veterans. What is your hunt today? They say some soldiers never truly come home. For months, I felt like a ghost in my own city, invisible and aimless. Then I saw him, a shivering stray dog, being kicked away from a storefront. I almost kept walking. My own soul felt too broken to carry anyone else's weight. But looking into those terrified eyes, I saw my own reflection, forgotten, but not finished. I didn't just save a stray that day. I found my new mission. We aren't abandoned. We're just waiting for a brother to lead the way. Subscribe to help us feed our veterans. Have you ever been saved by the animal you rescued? Did you stay to the end? What is the answer to 23 minus 5?
Forget standard.
So now, like I said, those were some quick hitting video stories about veterans that we kind of put together. So hopefully they were enjoyable. Now, the next video, we kind of postulate, can military discipline actually translate to the ice during the 2026 Olympic? We posted this one prior to the Olympic, and we say, oh, the high stake world of cybersecurity. So what you'll see is basically a combination on this channel where we actually try to celebrate veterans and military personnel. So we don't only look at veterans that may need help, especially food insecurity, which is what we're after, but we also want to show the military and the veterans in the best light possible. These people you're about to see are pretty much the top when it comes to athletics. So let's take a look at what we got.
Training D's, U.S. troops are taking the fight to the ice. Meet Air Force Staff Sergeant Kelly Curtis, the top-ranked American and skeleton. She's hurtling headfirst down frozen tracks at lethal speeds while serving her country at Aviano Air Base. Representing the Army and Air Force's dominance, Curtis is making history again for the 2026 Milan Games. Subscribe now to help us feed our veterans. Which Olympic sport takes the most guts to try?
Imagine an elite infantryman leading Team USA onto the world's biggest stage. Army Sergeant Frank Del Duca isn't just a powerhouse bobsled pilot. He's been named the official U.S. flag bearer for the 2026 Winter Olympics. This world-class athlete trades his combat boots for blades, proving that Army discipline is the ultimate secret weapon on the ice. Subscribe to help us feed our veterans. Now, which Olympic sport do you think takes the most guts? Most soldiers shoot to defend. This soldier shoots for Olympic gold. The 2026 Winter Games are kicking off in Italy, and our Army and Air Force elite are taking over the world stage. Leading the charge is Specialist Sean Doherty, a four-time Olympian and Vermont National Guardsman who masterfully blends cross-country skiing with pinpoint marksmanship. Which Olympic event is your favorite to watch? Tell us in the comments and subscribe now to help us feed our veterans.
Imagine this, gleaming Olympic medals on a mantelpiece, one for track, another for boxing. This is the legacy Azaria Hill was born in Tua, family of Summer Games legends. Growing up, she followed that path, sprinting her way through college, fast and determined. But Azaria's destiny wasn't on the track, it was on the ice. She made a bold leap from the familiar warmth of the running track to the chilling high-speed world of bobsledding. Now, as a soldier in the Army's world-class athlete program, her training is relentless, her focus unbreakable. Every push, every turn on the icy chute is a step towards a new dream. With her eyes set firmly on the 2026 Winter Games, she's not just chasing a medal, she is forging her own unique legacy, proving that greatness can be found where you least expect it. She's carving her own path, from a summer legacy to winter glory. Free holiday. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to help us feed our veterans.
What if the Army's newest secret weapon isn't found on a battlefield, but on the ice, for the 20 Games, elite soldiers and airmen are trading tactical gear for Olympic gold, with Secretary Pete Hegseth personally cheering them on. Leading the charge is Private Spencer Howe, a motor transport operator who overcame a career-ending injury to become the first ever figure skater in WCAP history. Subscribe now to help us feed our veterans. But tell us, which Olympic sport do you think takes the most military discipline?
Fellow Army and Air Force stars arrived at Italy, with Secretary Hegseth cheering them on. Keep an eye on Staff Sergeant Deidre Irwin, the highest-placing American biathlete in history. From the Vermont Guard to hunting gold, she's proving military precision wins medals. Subscribe to help us feed our veterans. Reds, which Olympic sport do you think is the ultimate test for a soldier? Reimagine hurtling down an ice track.
As you could tell, these were separate videos that were kind of compiled together, right? So I'm going to try to provide some context to this, right? Veterans like Kelly Curtis and Frank DeLuca are proving that military grit is a superpower. Whether it's hurling down a skeleton track or defending digital infrastructure, the quiet professional's mindset is the ultimate secret weapon for our soldiers, whether it's on the tech or athletic well. So enjoy the rest of the video and stay with us, because we almost to the point to reveal the answer to the initial question. Remember what it is.
Track at 90 miles per hour, representing the red, white, and blue. Meet Senior Airman Jasmine Jones. This Air Force material specialist just secured her spot in the 2026 Winter Olympics.
One other thing about this type of video, if you notice, is different than the other one. This is sort of cartoonish in nature rather than video clips. I wanted to try something different, and for some cases where you're actually looking or talking about people that you may or may not have the okay to use their photograph, sometimes this methodology or this approach, this cartoonish kind of situation is better for me.
A former track star and mother, Jones is now a bobsled gold medalist destined for Italy. Subscribe to help us feed our veterans. Does military discipline make for better athletes? Let us know below.
What if your daily commute involved jumping off the side of a mountain? As the 2026 Winter Olympics head to Italy, Army Sergeant Ben Loomis is trading his combat boots for skis. This three-time Olympian and motor transport operator proves that military grit and elite athleticism are one and the same. He's leading the Army's charge for gold on the world stage. Subscribe to help us feed our veterans. Between ski jumping and cross-country skiing, which do you think is the ultimate test of endurance? America thrives because of those who trade comfort for the uniform, choosing a life of purpose over a path of ease. They walk through fire to secure our future. Today, we carry that torch, honoring the massive legacy of the heroes who won World War II. Through the combined strength of every military branch, our freedom was won. We salute you. May America forever remain the land of the free and the home of the brave.
When the mission ends, the silence can be deafening. But purpose doesn't disappear, it waits to be claimed. Find your new mission. Subscribe and help us continue serving veterans who need it most. Find a new mission. A life without a mission feels empty. A life with one can carry you through anything. The choice is yours. Jobs can be replaced, rain can be left behind. But the loss of a mission can shake a person to their core.
And I want to remind everyone what the mission is of this channel. Our goal is to use the monetization from YouTube and use that and turn that into meals for soldiers. That's why we ask for your subscription. So if you don't have a mission and you want to join our mission, truly appreciate it. Subscribe. If you want to make a comment and give us a like, please do so.
The biggest challenge for veterans isn't finding a job. It's dealing with the loss of purpose. In the service, the mission was everything. It gave you direction, motivation, and meaning. When that's gone, it leaves a huge void. Veterans who thrive don't just find a new gig. They consciously define a new mission. That purpose isn't gone forever, it just needs to be transformed. This new mission doesn't have to be as grand as defending a nation, but it has to mean something to them. It's about channeling that same drive into a new objective. For some, that new mission might look like an army medic who, after battling her own PTSD, starts a nonprofit to provide counseling for fellow veterans, turning her struggle into a new form of service. For others, it might be a Marine veteran who uses his leadership skills to launch a cybersecurity company, creating jobs for other vets in the process. But the mission can also be found in family, in raising children with honor and integrity. It can be found in the community, by volunteering, coaching a local sports team, or mentoring a young person. The lesson for all of us is this: don't just drift through life. Define your mission. What is the most important objective in your life right now? Is it building a career you're proud of? Being a present and engaged parent? Mastering a new skill? Write it down, give it a name, frame it as a mission.
And I think you'll find that in the spectrum and the rainbow of society, you'll find veterans involved, either as parents, of course, as teachers, as business leader, as, volunteering for situation. So all that we're saying is if you don't have a mission, join our mission to support our brothers.
One Army veteran said, "In the service, we had a purpose. We got up in the morning, we had a mission." That same principle applies right here, right now. A clear mission gives you a why that can pull you through any how. It's the anchor that keeps you steady when things get rough and the engine for a truly fulfilling life. If this message resonates, don't stop here. Subscribe to this channel and be part of a mission bigger than any one story. Every video helps us reach and feed veterans who need support. Your subscription isn't just a click, it's continued service.
Veterans are trained to be mentally flexible, to make smart decisions with incomplete information, and to get the job done even when things are going sideways, yet as just a change in the plan. This adaptability is a skill honed under immense pressure. Veterans learn that comfort is a luxury and being rigid is a weakness. The key to resilience isn't being unbreakable. This skill is a superpower in today's rapidly changing world, as just as true in the boardroom as it is on the battlefield.
There's a day that comes in every service member's life. It isn't marked by a parade or a battle. It's the day the uniform gets hung up for the last time. For years, that uniform was an identity, a purpose, a team, but what happens when the mission ends? For many veterans, coming home is the start of a new, invisible battle, the fight for a new identity. This is the story of how some of America's bravest have not only found their footing, but have gone on to build incredible lives, and the lessons they've learned that can inspire us all. They find a new mission, not just a job. They master the art of adaptation in a world that always changes. They lead by serving others, and they build.
And the changing environment, if you would, with our channel yesterday, we talked about the inflection point. And that's basically, we're not using the same concept here, but we are using the recognizing that change is inevitable. And we need to build a new team. We need to build a new mission, if you will. If you don't have one, build it. If you don't have one, join our mission.
Build a new squad, knowing that resilience is a team sport. Their journey teaches us that true strength is flexible, and that from the ashes of a former identity, a new and powerful purpose can be forged. Their mission has changed, but their ability to inspire, lead, and serve never ends.
The world doesn't need more bosses, it needs more servants. While most people are climbing the ladder to grab authority, veterans are looking back to see who they are.
So this video here talks about the concept of servant leaders. About if you're the leader, you're the last one to eat. If you're the leader, you help others climb the ladder to success. Hopefully you identify these concepts from your time.
They can pull up next. Here is why the service-first model is the only way to build a team that actually trusts you. When we think of military leadership, we often picture a drill sergeant yelling or a general barking orders. But the most profound leadership lesson veterans bring home is much more powerful. True leadership is service. In the military, a good leader eats last. They take the blame for the team's failures and give away the credit for its successes. It's a model built on serving your people and taking responsibility for them. It's about looking out for their welfare and staying calm under pressure so the team feels secure. This is why so many veterans gravitate towards service-oriented careers after they leave the military, becoming teachers, healthcare workers, first responders, or mentors. They aren't seeking power. They are seeking to serve. Army veteran Joanne Means put it this way: "It's so important to lead with empathy. I believe everyone deserves encouragement and the chance to thrive." This redefines leadership from a position of authority to an act of support. It's about empowering others to win. This is a lesson desperately needed everywhere today. You don't need a fancy title to be a leader. You can lead from any position by practicing service-based leadership. Take responsibility instead of pointing fingers. Mentor a junior colleague with genuine empathy. The most effective leaders aren't the ones with the most authority. They are the ones who have earned the most trust by consistently putting their team's needs before their own. Ready to lead through service? It takes one click. Every new subscriber helps us provide a meal for a veteran in need. You won't.
That's a good concept, leading through service. You know, it's a good concept. Being a servant leader is another good concept expressed over here.
Don't just be joining a community, you'll be feeding a hero. Subscribe now to help us serve those who served us, and let's redefine leadership together.
They stood on the front lines so we wouldn't have to. But for many veterans, the hardest battle begins after the uniform comes off. It's a battle for basic needs, a warm meal.
So this right here, this picture right here is the actual store we actually procure all of our services, or all of our food products, if you will. And this is part of our team right here that help us do that. So this is basically what we did recently to deliver food to veterans.
A stable home and a sense of purpose in a rapidly changing digital world.
Here, that is a list of all the items that we purchase. And all around here, you can probably see some of the purchase items that we have acquired, and it was helped by the family and the community to deliver them to the veterans.
The American Social and Engineering Society, known here as the RamosWriter channel, we don't just say thank you, we take action. This past holiday season, thanks to your donations, support, and the support of our local business partners and ambassadors, we delivered over 2,100 pounds of food to those who served. But a meal is just the beginning. We are bridging the gap between immediate...
So right here, this is all food that we purchased for delivery to the veterans, for the veterans.
And long-term resilience. Through this channel, we're turning views into meals and cybersecurity scholarships. By partnering with cybersecurity experts and mastering the art of storytelling through script writing, we are equipping our heroes with delicious meals and the tools to dominate the high-tech careers of tomorrow. Every view, every comment, and every single subscriber brings us one step closer to full monetization.
And this is where one of our drop-off points, London Hunger Relief, is where we dropped off some of the food that I then distributed to the veterans and during the holidays.
That means more meals on tables, more veterans in tech. You have the power to help a veteran just by hitting a button. Subscribe.
So those were boxes of turkey that we acquired to be delivered to veterans.
To RamosWriter today. Let's serve those who served us. More veterans in tech. You have the power to help a veteran just by hitting a button. Subscribe.
So those were boxes of turkey that we acquired. Okay, we'll come to the end of the video, so just give me 1 second. I want to get rid of this. Make sure that it doesn't interfere with what we're doing. So this is a compilation of the video we just finished, and as I promised you, we had an initial reveal at the beginning, talking about Wasp. So to end it, we asked, how does a swarm of wasps feed a family, right? It's not about the stings, right? It's about the story. So when we were talking about being stung by wasps, we were telling a story, right? And that's what our RamosWriter, that's what we do. We tell a story where every view, every like, every share transformed into digital energy and into physical resources for our veterans. That single click that you provide, that you just made for us, it put dinner on the table with veterans. You don't need a uniform to serve. You don't even need to be a prior service person. You don't need to be in the military to serve and help us. All you need to do for now is just click and join us and leave us comments, and that will help. So stay faithful to the creed that we just stated a few minutes ago. And what is your goal today? Remember, if you have a goal, great, follow through with that. If you don't have one, join our mission and subscribe. The mission continue. Watch my next video here, watch my next video there.